It is 9:38. You know what that means, Mary? Time for another edition of Pet Talk with the Nebraska Humane Society.
More people are walking their dogs, or were, right when the weather was improving. Our next guest is here to remind us that's not a skill dogs are born with. We have to teach them.
Cathy Guinane, a pet behavior specialist. Good to see you, Kathy.
Nice to have you back.
Who's this guy?
This is Foxley. And Foxley's some sort of a terrier mix. He's about a year old, so he's as long and as tall as he's going to get. But he'll probably put on a few pounds.
He sees himself in the monitors here in the studio, so he's excited.
Who's that, Foxley?
And he loves people.
That's a fur ball.
Hi, buddy.
He's greeted everybody.
His face, there's something about
He's a great dog. If you
swear.
don't want to deal with the little puppies, I mean, he's still a puppy.
He is. He's very.
But he's a grown-up puppy.
Right. He's an adolescent boy. He, you know, he loves to go. He loves. We sitting back in the other room waiting was not his thing. We've been out walking in the halls. He doesn't know how to walk well on a leash. We were practicing.
This is a great point, and because people are going to be out walking their dogs a little more, and maybe not as much today, but we took
how handsome he is.
Isn't he?
Yes.
And he'll get a little scruffier. We had to shave him down a little bit. He was a little mad.
Yeah.
We've been taking our dog, and it seems like our dog forgot how to walk over the winter time.
Totally.
Yeah, so we're training him again. Define loose leash walking, because that's what we try to do.
Loose means that there's some slack in the leash. You can have a loose leash that's 2 feet long or 50 feet long. It means that you've got some drape in the leash. It's not pulling on their neck. So depending on where you want your dog, you know, I don't necessarily want my dog 6 feet out from me, because lots of times, especially a young dog like this, you don't exist so swell when there are bunnies and squirrels. I want them close enough that I can go, hello.
And this really takes time.
It does. It takes time.
You put this list together, and I'd like for you to walk us through these points so that our viewers at home can learn something from it. So this first point is to keep that leash length consistent. Does this speak to the retractable leashes or what?
It does a little bit. We have to be careful with retractables because by their nature.
You don't like them.
Only because there's always going to be a little pressure because they have to be, otherwise they don't roll back up. Plus if they get 20 feet out from you or 15 feet out from you, getting them back can be kind of a problem. And not having somebody trip and get hurt.
Okay, Foxley, come here, baby.
But when you have a consistent distance in your leash, when we're walking, I want them, you know, right where I can see them. I don't want them behind me because they'll get into all the trash on trash day. You know, I want to be able to see them and know what's coming because they're going to hear it and smell it and see it before you do.
And picking that side so they're on, they're always on your right.
Right or left, whatever you want. You know, if you
right.
walk like the Keystone Trail places where bikers and rollerbladers are always passing on the left, you might want your dog on the right.
Exactly.
And you walk with treats too.
Absolutely.
So you reward them.
Yes.
Why?
So
shouldn't they learn this without having a treat all the time?
Well, I don't go to work and not get paid. Do you?
That's a good. Never mind. Good point. And then practice.
Absolutely.
Which also goes in line with patience.
Exactly. And even if all you do is go around and, you know, the block in front of your house, go across the street and go this way, you can get a 6-block walk. If you go 3 blocks out and your dog starts being naughty, they get to practice coming back 3 blocks and you still have a 6-block walk, but 3 blocks of that, they practice being naughty. So if you're just across the street, you're in the house, you're done. So they don't get to practice.
And one of the things I've heard is when they're pulling their leash, turn around and go the other direction. And it could be because then it shows them that you're in control and they're supposed to follow you.
Right. And that, oh, it's not going to get me anything to go pull that way. If I keep it loose, I get to go where I want to go.
Yeah.
And that's what else it teaches them too, which is, that's all we want.
I know the answer to this because I took the class. But do you cover loose leash walking in any of your classes?
In almost every single class, we talk about loose leash walking because people like to take a nice walk with their dog, and it is fun. But it's also nice if your dog will walk nicely.
Hey, buddy,
you know?
how are you?
If they're not going to walk nicely, it's no fun, especially the bigger the dog, you can lose your shoulders.
Let's talk about cats real quick. Switch gears, senior cats. How are you making it more affordable to adopt those animals?
Seniors can adopt senior cats, and it's great because you don't have to pay for them. But remember, all of our animals are spayed and neutered, microchipped, as close to up to date on shots as we can get them, and we know as much about them as we can. So that's kind of a nice thing for you.
If you haven't been to the website, it's nehumanesociety.org, and they break down the adoptable pets. In this case, cats, but you can look at dogs, you can look at critters. They even have horses up for adoption. But they make all of those animals available online. The Humane Society, just east of 90th and 4th, the campus is there. The phone number is 444-7800, and the adoptions open up for Foxley and the rest of the crew at noon, but you can get there a little bit early to complete your application if you'd like. Thank you, Cathy.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Foxley, thanks, bud. See you, buddy. You have a good day, all right?
So personable.
He's a good dog. All right, April is Earth Month. The Omaha Public Library has big plans.
Yeah, see what you can do and learn when we come back. Plus, we are ready to dance. Get the step-by-step for this signature move in less than 10 minutes. Oh boy.
Oh, boy.